In the last lesson, we talked about finding the vertex and the axis of symmetry of a quadratic function that was in standard form. Now we're going to look at how to find those same things, but we're going to have general form. Standard form, h and k were obvious. They are not obvious in this, and we have to have another technique. You will learn some other ways to do this in a college algebra class, but in this class, we're going to use formulas to do it. Remember, we're trying to find the coordinates of the vertex. We're going to continue to call them h and k. The h coordinate of the vertex can be found by taking negative b over 2a, where there's a, there's b. The k coordinate, remember the k goes with it, h and k, instead of just calling it x and y. We're going to find k by taking the answer we got here and plugging it into the function. So it's f of h. Now that might sound a little bit confusing right now, but hopefully it will make perfect sense when we look at some examples. Let's look at our first one. This is general form. A is 1, B is 2, C is 7. We really don't need 7 the way we're doing this problem. H is equal to, the formula is negative B over 2A. That's the opposite of B, negative 2, over 2 times the A value is 1. It's negative 2 over 2, which is negative 1. That's the first coordinate, the h of my vertex. K, it is f of negative 1. So what I mean is we have found the x value of the vertex. We're going to plug it in to the function and calculate the y that goes with it. So it's going to be negative 1 squared plus 2 times negative 1 plus 7. So I took this negative 1, I put it in for x and squared it. I put it in for x and multiplied it by 2, and then I'm going to add 7. Negative 1 squared gives me 1. 2 times negative 1 is minus 2, plus 7. That is 6. The vertex is negative 1, 6. In these problems, you're not asked to find the axis of symmetry. It would be x equals negative 1. All right, let's look at another one. All right, in this general form, A is negative 1, B is negative 6, and C is 5. H is equal to negative B over 2A. So it is opposite of B, opposite of negative 6 is positive 6, over 2 times negative 1. That's 6 over negative 2, which is negative 3. I have the first coordinate of the vertex. To get the corresponding k, I'm going to look at the function evaluated at negative 3. So I'm going to put negative 3 in the place of x. It is the opposite of negative 3 squared minus 6 times negative 3 plus 5. Using your order of operations, you square this first for 9, then multiply it by the implied negative 1. So it's negative 9 plus 18, negative times negative, plus 5. That gives me, I believe it is 14. So the vertex is the ordered pair negative 3, 14. You're not asked to graph it, but I will point out that because the A value is negative, this parabola opens downward. Number 3. A is negative 2, B is negative 4, C is negative 6. H is negative B over 2A. Opposite of B, that's going to be the opposite of negative 4 is 4 over 2 times negative 2 from there. That gives me 4 over negative 4, which is negative 1. The vertex is -1, comma. Let's find k. We're going to plug in -1 into the function. It is the function evaluated at -1. So it's -2 times -1 squared minus 4 times -1 minus 6. -1 squared is 1 times -2 is -2 plus 4 minus 6. And that is going to give me, I believe, a -4. The vertex of this parabola is -1, -4, and this one happens to open downward also. All right, last one. Whoops. Come back. All right, A is -1, B is -5, C is 4. Oops. H is equal to -B over 2A. That is opposite of -5, so it's 5 over 2 times -1. That's going to be -5 over 2, and I'm going to leave it as an improper fraction. The k value is the function evaluated. It is f of -5 over 2. All right, that's going to give me the opposite of -5 over 2 squared minus 5 times -5 over 2 plus a 4. That gives me well, when I square a negative, I get a positive, but this I multiply by implied -1, so I get -25 over 4. This -5 is as if it's over 1. Negative times negative is positive. 25 over 2 plus 4, and I'll put it over 1. So I have to get a common denominator. The common denominator will be 4. The first fraction does not change. 2 goes into 4 2 times. 2 times 25 is 50. And the last one, 1 goes into 4 4 times, and 4 times 4 is 16. -25 and positive 50 gives me 25, plus 16 gives me 41 over 4. 41 over 4. That would be very difficult to accurately graph, but nobody's asking us to do that. So those are the coordinates of the vertex. So when we were in our previous lesson, H and K were obvious. When we are working with general form, we have to use formulas to get H and K, but not too bad. So now find the vertex of a parabola from general form.